We will, of course, start with the first album. Now I'd love to give this album mercy, because it was their first album, but I just did not enjoy this album as much as the others. Although it did have good songs such as like No More Dream and We Are Bulletproof Part 2. I'm gonna have to put this album under mid. Our next album is Oh, Are You Late? 2. Now this album has some absolute bops like Paul de Gangson, Outro, Love in School, Coffee, We On, and of course, Attack on Bangtan. I'd have to put this under while this slaps. I am very iffy on if School Love Affair. Both editions should go under while this slaps or wait. This is pretty good because this song has some pretty good songs. Outro, Propose, which is my favorite on this album. Boy in Love, Tomorrow, which is a banger of a song. Spine Breaker, Jump, and Just One Day. This was tough, but I'm gonna have to put it under wait. This is pretty good. Now we are on to the Off the Charts album. I absolutely love this album and every song in it that it's hard to say which one is my favorite. The melody on this album is crazy. I don't even need to think about this one. I dream of this album. Next up is The Most Beautiful Moment in Life, Part 1, along with the Dark and Wild album. This one's going to have to go under I Dream of this album. My favorite song on this album is definitely Moving On. They also put The Beautiful Love Is Not Over on here. Although it isn't the full version, I still have to give credit where credit is due. Hold Me Tight was also one of my favorites as well. Man, I don't mean to put 3 albums on top tier in a row lol, but I genuinely can't help it. Autumn Leaves slaps so hard bro, I love that song. Followed by Butterfly, Wallin 52, Run, and Silver Spoon Beepsy. I don't know what they put into Autumn Leaves, but I could definitely listen to it on repeat. This is mostly a mix of The Most Beautiful Moments in Life Part 1 and 2 with the addition of Butterfly Prologue Mix, Fire, Save Me, Young Forever, House of Cards and Love Is Not Over full length, and mixes to Run, I Need You, and Butterfly. Although they are mixes, I definitely recommend the Butterfly's alternative mix and I Need You's urban mix. This album will be underweight. This is pretty good. Now on to the Wings album. Stigma is definitely my favorite song on this album, but all of the solo songs were great as well as Blood, Sweat and Tears, 21st Century Girl, Lost, and 2-3. I'll be placing this one under okay. This is alright. This isn't a bad placing of course. Just wait for the next album lol. Next up is You Never Walk Alone. This album is alright. Once again, it is basically the Wings album with the addition of Spring Day, which is a beautiful masterpiece. Outro, Wings, and a supplementary story, You Never Walk Alone. I love these 3 songs to be honest, which is why I placed this album over Wings. Love Yourself Her is next and this album is alright compared to the other Love Yourself albums. Although this album has DNA, Pied Piper, and intro, Serendipity, I'd have to put it under It's Cool. Could be a bit better. Love Yourself Tear is next and compared to the other Love Yourself albums, this is my favorite. Fake Love, Singularity, The Truth Untold, 134,340, Paradise, Love Maze, Magic Shop, Airplane Part 2, enhypen, and So What. I'm sorry for naming all of the songs, except for the outro, but I just wanted to show y'all how much of a bop this album is. I'm putting this under while this slaps. Love Yourself Answer is next and because it is a combination of Love Yourself Her and Tear with the addition of Euphoria, Trivia, Just Dance, Love, and Seesaw, Serendipity full length, Epiphany, I'm Fine, Idol, and Answer, Love Myself. This album will go under okay. This is alright just because of song repeats. My favorite songs on this album are definitely Serendipity, Epiphany, and Answer, Love Myself. Now, we are on to Map of the Soul, Persona, the very first BTS album I have heard. Although the first I've heard, it personally isn't first up. I love 𝐰𝐸𝐴, Boy with Love, and Intro, Persona, but the songs can get a bit tiring, maybe because I used to overplay them lol whoops. This album will go under I don't hate it, it's just not there yet. Okay, on to Map of the Soul, 7. I absolutely love this album. No exaggeration here. You got Interlude, Shadow, Black Swan, Filter, My Time, and if you ever turn off my radio when my time is playing, it's on site. Louder than bombs, on, 0 o'clock, Friends, We Are Bulletproof, The Eternal, and outro, Ego. You already know I'm leaving on featuring Psy out of this rating lol, but other than that atrocious song, this album is so lovely. Definitely going under I dream of this album. On to the B album. This album was actually pretty good. Great songs for the time and what the world was going through. Life Goes On, Blue and Gray, Telepathy, Disease, Stay, and Dynamite were all great songs in my eyes, and I love how they made songs to adapt the worldwide quarantine. I'll put this album underweight. This is pretty good. For some reason, I couldn't find the Butter album on Apple Music, but I know it was just Butter and Permission to Dance. This album was alright. Although it was short, I enjoyed both songs at the time of the release. I don't listen to either of them as much as I listen to others, which is why I'm putting this album under It's Cool. Could be a bit better. Our last album is the newest album of 2022, Proof. The Proof album is obviously a compilation album, so I will base my ranking off of the new songs in this album. Yet to Come, Run BTS, For Youth, and Born Singer. Not a new song, I know, but it is finally on an album. I'm not going to lie. This album release hit home as I was very sad due to events that happened on my birthday. I definitely cried to this playlist. For Youth, Yet to Come, and Born Singer are such beautiful songs, while Run BTS is such a great song to vibe to. This album will be put under Wow This Slaps.